Hello, everyone. GM Reports here, and today we're going to be talking about the great old recession and kind of seeing how everything is going in terms of the economy and all this other good stuff that we kind of need to know that is affecting us today. Now, we do know this is not just affecting me, but everybody in the country. Everybody's feeling a little bit, feeling the weight of their pockets, feeling a little bit less heavy due to the fact that we have to spend more money, both in groceries and in gas. And we're going to be hitting something pretty badly here. And this article will go over it for us. So stay tuned. All right. It says here, investors haven't begun to price in recession. Here's how far this S&P 500 could fall. Recent volatility simply says investors think the window of opportunity to get back on the right track is closing, but not yet shut, says DataTrek. The battered S&P 500 index is not pricing in a recession, according to DataTrek research. At 4,000, the recession odds embedded in S&P are close to zero, said DataTrek co-founder Nicholas Colas in a note emailed to Tuesday. By our math, 50-50 odds of a recession equate to an S&P and a 3,525. The S&P 500 SPX plus 25% a stock benchmark measuring the performance of large U.S. companies has dropped more than 16% this year after closing Monday at 3,991.24. That marked its lowest closing value since March 31st, 2021, which was the last time the index ended below 4,000, according to Dow Jones market data. The U.S. stock market has tumbled this year amid fears over high inflation, rising interest rates, the U.S. Russia-Ukraine war, China's COVID-19 lockdowns, and the slowing economy. If we do actually get a typical economic downturn, then the S&P should trade for right around 3,000, according to Colas. Yeah, a lot of this is happening. I would agree. A lot of this is happening to some outward things that could have been happened, but thanks to specifically Biden trying to fix everything around here, we have these issues that would specifically could pertain to all the other problems, like with Biden specifically going around and the U.S. government spending trillions of dollars, which is devaluing the dollar of the U.S. dollar, which is also making inflation go up, and getting rid of the pipeline and all this other stuff, which is directly impacting the economy. Now, the pipeline, not so much because that really affects the gas portion. So it's the fact that when Biden shut down the pipeline, he increased the gas prices. When they started spending trillions of dollars on other things that have been happening, like for stimulus checks and all this other stuff, that also started the initial inflation, right? And then after that started the inflation, the value of the dollar goes down, as I've said, and then that also increases the gas prices because inflation goes up, will also increase gas prices. So he increased the gas prices 2 times, whereas there is nothing to do. Are a lot of people buying stuff? Not necessarily. I wouldn't. People are probably not going to buy anything because they need to buy food, and food is already expensive. I've seen the food at my markets go up excessively high this year. So, for example, we have the U.S. government specifically spending $2 trillion on $1.9 trillion on useless stuff. So essentially, this was the Biden signs $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill clearing way for stimulus checks, which is a huge problem. We'll briefly go over this article here, but we won't go over the entire thing. We'll read this. President Joe Biden signed a $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief package on Thursday afternoon. The plan, his top priority as president, sends direct payments up to $1,400, extends a $300 per week unemployment insurance and supplement, expands the child tax credit, and puts funds into vaccine distribution. Democrats passed the legislation on their own in Congress as Republicans questioned the need for a major stimulus package while the economy improves. I agree. The economy was not the greatest, but after COVID, it wasn't good at all. It didn't really help. And then he puts the 1.9 trillion COVID relief bill, and then that made them print more money. And this is the state that we're at. So this is Biden's fault, and he wants to specifically blame the Republicans for this when he did this all on himself. So it was also $25 billion into rental and utilities assistance and $350 billion into state, local, and tribal relief. So it's a huge problem, and Biden has caused this. So again, this is part of the reason why the inflation is starting to hit and recession is starting to come up here and all that. So a data track looked at the current earnings power of the S&P 500, pegging it at $218 per share. That would be peak earnings if the U.S. is heading into a recession, according to the note. Recessions hit earnings, of course, but by varying amounts, said Collis. While standard recessions cause an average 26% drop in peak to trough earnings, the S&P 500 saw a peak to trough earnings decline of 57% during the Great Recession ending in 2009, according to the note. So a garden variety economic contraction would put S&P 500 earnings at $161 a share, or 26% drop from the current 2018 share, data track calculated. A 50% chance of recession translates into $990 per share, the note shows. Data Trek looked at the troughs of price to earnings ratios around the past three recessions, estimating an average multiple of 18.5 based on troughs in 2020, 2009, and 2002. Collis tossed out the recession-related trough and seen in 1990 as market valuations were generally lower than now due to high interest rates. With recession odds 100% baked in at 161 a share, the S&P 500 would be trading at a price to earnings ratio of 24.8, according to DataTrack. That compares with a multiple of 18.3 based on 218 per share and no chance of recession, and a ratio of 21.1 at 190 a share, and a 50% chance of economic contraction. So the S&P needs to go to 3,525 based on the average 18.5 multiple seen in prior economic downturn troughs, just to discount 50-50 odds of a recession, the note shows. The S&P 500 would trade around 3,000 in a typical recession based on that same multiple and earnings at 161 a share. This is not a prediction, but rather a crude but historically defensible approach to assessing where the S&P should trade if recession fears continue to grow, according to DataTrack. And we here see that as where now we see has sunk in 2022. This is a big problem. So we have 2019 kind of. So let's put a mark here. 2018, 2017, 2018. Of course, it's kind of had a spike here because I may believe Trump got into office, and for let's say the first 4 years, give or take, we're doing good. Going up. Again, going up. Oh, major incline. Okay, a huge downturn here. Now this here is mostly where COVID hit, right? So we've seen a huge downward spiral here, and this is mostly just due to people having been staying in their homes and stuff like that, to where this is the whole impact. But notice, 2018, things were going up, to down a little bit, but not too much, down, up, and then down, and then up, and immediately down, and that's where COVID hits. And then now it goes back up again, just a little bit. Trump is still technically in office. Goes down a little bit here, up, and then we have February 31st, 2021. This is where Biden takes his place. Now, remember, guys, it's only been a year and a half, give or take, until a year and a half, roughly 2 years that he's been. So it's going up up in July, and then now it's August. It's down, going up again, and then now down, up, down, down, down. These are all things that are happening this is 2021, so it's already in 2021 it's already kind of like it's going up, but it makes a huge fall on September 30th, and then goes up again, very briefly for like maybe a month or so, and then kind of starts going down, up, and then down, down, and then it's going to keep on falling. And I think it's going to keep on falling for quite a while because due to this fact that it's just going to keep on getting worse. He won't actually be able to fix the problem at all. The S&P 500 and Dow Jones Industrial Average DJIA negative 0.26% were each trading down early afternoon Tuesday, while the technology-laden Nasdaq Composite Comp 0.98% was just up slightly. All three major benchmarks have suffered a sharp sell-off on Monday. Market volatility remained elevated early afternoon Tuesday. The CBOE Elite Volatility Index VIX negative 5% was trading above 33 after closing Monday at about 34.8, according to FactSet data. That compares with a 200-day moving average of about 21.9%. And then we'll have this all here with the Wall Street Journal saying, don't expect a recession to be mild. A soft landing is easier said than done. Alan Binder argues if we get a recession soon, it'll be a mild one, because policymakers are shooting for a soft landing, but adjusting monetary policy to a specific economic outcome isn't easy. There would never be any recessions or housing bubbles if it were. Monetary policy has taken an overly accommodative stance for more than a decade. The Fed's promises that money will remain cheap have resulted in enormous leverage. The economy will have a hard time adjusting to a world without cheap money. The most significant adjustment will occur in finance. Before the 2007-2009 recession, the market valuation of domestic companies stood at 1.5 times GDP. Today it is 2.5 times. The Volcker Fed had to deal with a significant increase in general consumer and producer inflation. The Powell Fed has to deal with that and a set of inflation. The odds of a soft landing are low. And there you have it, guys. So this is our recession, kind of expecting what to happen here. It's not looking good, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely not looking good. We'll see what Biden does, but at this point, I don't have any faith in him. He's not really going to fix anything. And instead, he's busy blaming Republicans for all the issues that he's caused. We weren't having this problem under Trump. The only time when we had a huge problem with Trump was when COVID hit, and that was completely out of his control. Nobody could have done that, Democrat or Republican. Now, there could have been ways to potentially fix the economy a little bit easier to prevent COVID from hitting so hard. Yeah, possibly, but I don't think it would have been enough to completely stop what is happening. So again, Biden has caused all of these problems. Look who you are voting in, make sure you know what's going on, and let's see what we can do to actually help fix the problem, which is by voting correctly and making sure we can get out of this alive. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Thanks for watching this clip from my podcast that I make every day, Monday through Friday, 3 o'clock p.m. PST all the way to 5 o'clock p.m. PST. If you like what you see, please subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.